The book of Ecclesiasticus, otherwise known as Sirach, in the Apocrypha, chapter 2 and verse 2. Set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. I'm going to start right there. I want to start off as always by giving all praise, all honor, all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. And Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect out there, whoever you might be. And Shalom to the 144,000. It's the brother Amawan Padal from the GMS Denver camp, doing a lesson in regards to trusting in the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, especially in times of trouble, because we're coming into a great time of trouble known as Jacob's trouble, according to Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 6 through 7. Okay? It's at the door, man. It's getting ready to pop off. And knowing this, we must build up our faith and believe in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai through all the different perils that are coming our way. All right? There's no avoiding it. So your best bet is to what? Believe on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, the Almighty. That's what's going to get us through the times we're coming into. Unlike everybody else, we're going to have the spirit to endure the crazy situations and the hardships that are coming our way. We don't know what's coming exactly, but we know that it's coming. And we gotta spiritually gird up our loins, man. Embrace for impact, man, by having faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, no matter what. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost, man, and all those sincere Akim and Akwaf out there. Okay, so we gotta get our mind right. All right, says get your heart right, which means your mind. Get your mind right and constantly endure, no matter what. We're not going to lose our faith in Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, because it's all throughout the scriptures, all right, where he displays his ability to save those faithful men out of situations, and women, all right, and children. You see, the Lord, his hand is not short that it cannot save. And knowing this, we got to have our faith intact, man. No matter what's going on around us, no matter who's dying all around us, because we're finna be surrounded by death here in the near future, man. When the Lord starts to pour out that judgment, when all hell breaks loose in society, when the resources get cut off, we gonna believe on Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Get it in your mind right now. No matter what happens, we're gonna continue to move forward and believe in our power, who we've been reconnected to in these last days, man. All right? The creator of all energy and existence is on our side, man. For those who are the elect, and Lord willing, we be of that number. But the reason why I brought this out is because I want to get into the book of Daniel, the 6th chapter. All right, the book of Daniel, the 6th chapter, it shows a great deliverance, all right, for our forefather Daniel during the Medo-Persian captivity. He was thrown into a lion's den, man. That's a crazy ass situation. Put yourself in his shoes. You will be afraid coming across one lion, all right? Let alone being put in an enclosed situation with 7 hungry lions. Come on, man. So without further ado, let's get into it. Matter of fact, I want to get this in the GNT, the Good News Translation, then we'll jump into Daniel, the 6th chapter. All right, so here it is right here. All right, you see right here is labeled as Sirach. That's the other name for that book, Ecclesiasticus. It has 2 names. So the other name is Sirach, and it's right here. Verse 2, it says, "Be sincere and determined. Keep calm when trouble comes. Stay with the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai. Never abandon him, and you will be prosperous at the end of your days. Accept whatever happens to you, even if you suffer humiliation. Be patient." It's all a test and a trial of our faith in the Lord Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai is in the midst of it, of all of it. All right? You see? So this is what we must consider and understand in these last days. Shit about to get crazy. You might find yourself in a concentration camp, man. You might find yourself in the wilderness. We don't know. But whatever we encounter, all right, we got to be patient and wait on the Lord, man, and not lose our faith, knowing that he can save us out of any situation. Let's get that Daniel, the 6th chapter. So here we have it right here. Daniel chapter 6, starting at verse 1. It says, it pleased Darius, and Darius is not the actual ruler's name of that time. Darius is a title. There are many Dariuses in the time of the Medo-Persian Empire, which Daniel was a part of. All right, he was in oppression or in captivity underneath the Medo-Persian Empire. All right, and also I believe he was part of the Babylonian Empire too before it went down. But it says it pleased Darius to set over the kingdom 120 princes, which should be over the whole kingdom, and over these 3 presidents, of whom Daniel was first. So Daniel was extremely wise. All right. He had the gift of wisdom and understanding from Yahweh Shai to the point where he was made a chief leader in a foreign empire, man. All right. That the princes might give accounts unto them, and the king should have no damage. Then this Daniel was preferred above the presidents and princes, because an excellent spirit was in him, and the king thought to set him over the whole realm. Now, what does it say in the scriptures? When a man's ways please the Lord, he makes even his enemies to be at peace with him. And Daniel is a prime example of that. Also, our forefather Joseph as well. He was made a leader in Egypt, second to Pharaoh. This is the Lord's power, man. He can elevate you, man, to tremendous heights. Those who are obedient unto him. But anyway, let's continue on. All right. So Daniel had a crazy position in the Medo-Persian Empire. Then the presidents and princes sought to find occasion against Daniel concerning the kingdom. They were fucking hating on Daniel, man. He was an Israelite, man. These heathens, they were hating on him. All right. But they could find none occasion for fault, nor fault. For as much as he was faithful, neither was there any error or fault found in him. He was solid, man. In other words, Daniel was not a whole ass nigga, man. He had integrity. Then said these men, we shall not find any occasion against this Daniel, except we find it against him concerning the law of his God. So they're trying to find any way to accuse Daniel to get him up out of there. All right. And the only thing they could find was the fact that Daniel served Yahweh Shai. Then these presidents and princes assembled together to the king and said thus unto him, King Darius, live forever. So they're kissing the king's ass, getting ready to accuse Daniel, right? All the presidents of the kingdom, the governors and the princes, the counselors and the captains have consulted together to establish a royal statute or a royal law, and to make a firm decree that whosoever shall ask a petition of any god or man for 30 days, save of thee, O king, he shall be cast into the den of lions. So pretty much they drafted up a law to target a specific individual, the individual being Daniel. All right. And these damn devils are doing the same thing in these last days, man. Esau, Edom, they got all kind of laws in place on the books to try to demonize those who believe in Yahweh Shai. You're going to try to say if you believe in the Bible, or you believe in, Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai, they're going to try to say that you're an extremist and you're dangerous and you need to be carted off to a dissident center or a FEMA camp because you're a threat to society. They might, they're going to do shit like this. They are going to do stuff like this, man. It's part of the persecution of the men of the Lord. Our forefathers went through it. And Daniel being an example. Okay? Especially if fucking Trump, get in office, you know what I'm saying? He going to make, all kind of laws, man. Whoever's in office, they going to do it. Even if it's Kamala Harris or whoever. It's part of prophecy. They're going to make laws to target the prophets, just like they did Daniel. Now, anyway, let's continue on. Verse 8, now, O king, establish the decree and sign the writing, that it be not changed according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. Wherefore King Darius signed the writing and the decree. All right, so it got put in the law. Now, when Daniel knew that the writing was signed, he went into his house, and his windows being open in his chamber toward Jerusalem, all right, facing the east, he kneeled upon his knees 3 times a day and prayed and gave thanks before his power as he did aforetime. All right, Daniel had a routine of praying to the Lord, Yahweh Shai, 3 times a day, facing the east, because the Lord tells us to face the east when we pray. All right, if at all possible. Now, verse 11, it says, then these men assembled and found Daniel praying and making supplication before his power. Okay? So then they came and they found him praying. Then they came near and spake before the king concerning the king's decree. Hast thou not signed a decree that every man that shall ask a petition of any god or man within 30 days, save of thee, O king, shall be cast into the den of lions? Fucking bastards. The king answered and said, the thing is true, according to the law of the Medes and Persians, which altereth not. And the king is not going to break his word, man. He signed that law into, effect, and so he's going to uphold his word, right? Then answered they and said before the king, that Daniel, which is of the children of the captivity of Judah, regardeth not thee, O king, nor the decree that thou hast signed, but maketh his petition 3 times a day. So they snitching on Daniel, man. They set him up. All right? You see what I'm saying? And it happened also in the time of Esther, where Haman's bitch ass, was trying to get Mordecai and the Jews killed for worshiping Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. These heathens have always done this shit. And Esau Edom is no different. We're facing the same thing in these last days. What does it say in Ecclesiastes? There's nothing new under the sun. History repeats itself, man. The things were written aforetime for all learning. This same thing is coming. This same scenario was coming. Trump talking about bringing back the firing squad and guillotines, man, to behead people for going against the powers that be. Giving the police officers immunity, being, able to kill the citizens, all right, being able to use deadly force up under his rule, man. You see? That's what's coming. Harsh times, man. All right, but anyway, continuing on, verse 14. Then the king, when he heard these words, was sore displeased with himself and set his heart on Daniel to deliver him. And he labored till the going down of the sun to deliver him. So the king had compassion on Daniel. What does it say here? Then these men assembled unto the king and said to the king, now, O king, that the law of the Medes and Persians is that no decree or statute which the king establisheth may be changed. So they reminded the king that, you can't change it. You can't go back on your word, king. All right. Then the king commanded, and they brought Daniel and cast him into the den of lions. Now the king spake and said unto Daniel, thy God whom thou servest continually, he will deliver thee. So pretty much he was trying to cover his ass. He knew he didn't fucked up by putting Daniel in them lions den, in that lion's den, because he felt bad about doing it. So he said, hey, Daniel, your God will save you. All right, verse 17. And a stone was brought and laid upon the mouth of the den, and the king sealed it with his own signet and with the signet of his lords, that the purpose might not be changed concerning Daniel. Even though he liked Daniel, he threw him in the lion's den, man, which is fucked up. But anyway, verse 18. Then the king went to his palace and passed the night fasting. Neither were instruments of music brought before him, and his sleep went from him. His ass was restless. He couldn't sleep. He knew he done fucked up by throwing a man of the Lord like that into a lion's den when he did nothing wrong. His ass couldn't even eat. Verse 19. Then the king arose very early in the morning and went in haste unto the den of lions. He got his ass up and ran to the lion's den. All right. And when he came to the den, he cried with a lamentable voice unto Daniel. And the king spake and said to Daniel, O Daniel, servant of the living God, is thy power, whom thou servest, continually able to deliver thee from the lions? Then said Daniel unto the king, O king, live forever. So Daniel was alive. All right. He spent the night in the lion's den. My power has sent his angel and have shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me. For as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Now I'm going to stop right there. All right. So Daniel made a statement. He said the Lord sent his angel to protect him, to shut the mouths of the lions, right? Well, guess what? There's an account, in the Apocrypha, which is an extension of Daniel. All right. That goes into how the Lord sent an angel to feed Daniel while he was in the lion's den. Let's get that account really quick and we'll finish this Daniel 6. All right, now here is the book of Bel and the Dragon in the Apocrypha. I do want to make a note. This is actually another occasion in which Daniel was thrown into a lion's den. If you know the history, Daniel was thrown into a lion's den not once but twice. Most people don't know that. Let's get into it. Here's another account where he was thrown into a lion's den. All right, now let's see here. Let's jump down to about verse 30. Yeah, let's see. Yep, verse 30. All right, now it says, now when the king saw that they passed him sore, being constrained, he delivered Daniel unto them, who cast him into the lion's den, where he was 6 days, because Daniel confounded these, these believers or these false idols. All right, because they were worshiping false idols, and he confounded them, and he proved them to be, fake, and they were pretty much mad. You know what I'm saying? But because he went against those false idols, but they cast him into a lion's den in this account. Okay, and it says, where he was 6 days. Okay, see that? You highlight that. Okay, verse 32. And in the den there were 7 lions, and they had given them every day 2 carcasses and 2 sheep, which when they were not given to them, to the intent that they might devour Daniel. Because a lion ain't gonna fuck with you unless he's hungry. So they stopped feeding the lions in order for the lions to devour Daniel. That's how evil these people were, man. All right. Verse 33. Now there was in Jewry, or a Jew, a prophet called Habakkuk, all right, who had made pottage and had broken bread in a bowl and was going into the field to bring it to the reapers. So the prophet Habakkuk was making dinner to give to his servants. Okay, now check this out. Spiritual intervention, right? But the angel of the Lord said unto Habakkuk, go carry that dinner that thou hast into Babylon unto Daniel, who is in the lion's den. Okay? Check it. And Habakkuk said, Lord, I never saw Babylon, neither do I know where the den is. He was like, Lord, I don't even know what Babylon is, what den, Daniel is in. I don't know how to get there. All right, verse 36. Then the angel of the Lord took him by the crown and bare him by the hair of his head, and through the vehemency of his spirit set him in Babylon over the den. So pretty much the angel teleported Habakkuk to the location where Daniel was at, into the lion's den. This is spiritual intervention that's going on right here. All right? Verse 37, okay? And Habakkuk cried, saying, O Daniel, Daniel, take the dinner which the Most High have sent thee. And Daniel said, Thou hast remembered me, O Most High, neither hast thou forsaken them that seek thee and love thee. So Daniel arose and did eat, and the angel of the Lord set Habakkuk in his own place again immediately. Okay? So there you go, man. A miracle just took place. The Lord can do these things, man. Like I said, this ain't for the average, plain Jane Israelite, man. This is for the elect, because we understand, Lord willing, we be the elect number. We understand that these things can happen. That the Lord, Yahweh Shemi Shai, is more than capable of making stuff like this happen. It's all throughout the scriptures. If you truly believe in the Bible, then you know that this is not far-fetched. All right? Modern day science, Esau's punk ass try to lie to you and tell you, oh, that's impossible. No, man, it is possible. All things are possible through Yahweh Shemi Shai. Upon the 7th day, the king went to bewail Daniel, and when he came to the den, he looked in, and behold, Daniel was sitting. Okay. Then cried the king with a loud voice, saying, Great art the Lord power of Daniel, and there is none other beside thee. Okay, last verse. And he drew him out and cast those that were the cause of his destruction into the den, and they were devoured in a moment before his face. Okay, there you go, man. That's the account right there. All right, so back in Daniel chapter 6 and verse 22, I'll read it one more time. All right, Daniel was replying to the king, and he said, My power hath sent his angel and have shut the lions' mouths, that they have not hurt me, for as much as before him innocency was found in me, and also before thee, O king, have I done no hurt. Then was the king exceeding glad for him, and commanded that they should take Daniel up out of the den. So Daniel was taken up out of the den, and no manner of hurt was found upon him, because he believed in his power. Do you see that? That's the key right there. He was delivered from that situation because he believed on Yahweh Ba'Shemi Shai. He didn't make haste and start freaking out, and saying and thinking that the Lord forgot him. Nah, man. He was waiting on the salvation of the Lord, man, and it came. You see? And people were shocked. Because we serve the one and only true living power, man. And he's going to show his power in these last days by saving his elect out of similar situations. Okay? You know? So that's something to think about. Now it goes on to say what happened to those who accused Daniel. Let's see what it says next. And the king commanded, and they brought those men which had accused Daniel, and they cast them into the den of the lions, them, their children, and their wives. And the lions had the mastery of them. It was tearing their ass up and break all their bones in pieces wherever they came at the bottom of the den. All right. And the moral of the story right here is that we should always trust in Yahweh Shem Yahushai and remember the acts of our forefathers, man. These different accounts in which they showed their faith and they didn't give up in the Lord, man. And just a little extra right here showing you that Daniel was thrown into 2 lions' dens, man. All right. It says how Daniel survived a 2nd lion's den. The Lord was really trying Daniel, man. Whew. You know what I'm saying? So imagine after the first time, man, but not once but twice he was thrown into a lion's den. It says almost everyone's familiar with the story of Daniel being consigned to the den of lions by King Darius' jealous counselors for praying to the Lord. But did he face another lion's den? Belen the Dragon recounts apocryphal stories about Daniel, including another account of him being thrown into a lion's den, and we just read that. All right, so it was twice he was thrown into a lion's den and was delivered. That's the point. He was delivered twice. The Lord's hand is not shortened and it cannot save. Let's get that scripture really quick. All right, Isaiah chapter 59 and verse 1. Behold, it means look here. The Lord Yahweh's hand. All right, who's the hand of Yahweh? Or who's the right hand of Yahweh? Yahawashi. All right. The Lord's hand is not shortened that it cannot save, neither his ear heavy that it cannot hear. What does that mean? No matter what situation you find yourself in, the Lord can save you out of it. All right. And this is another account where the Lord saved Daniel out of a lion's den twice. All right. He ran off on a plug twice. Salakia. You know what I'm saying? The Lord, he delivered him 2 different times out of crazy situations. He can do the same thing for us, and he will in these last days to those that keep the faith. Now, I want to get something else really quick that mentions Daniel. It's in the book of the First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, chapter 2. This is the book of First Maccabees, chapter 2, and this is when the Israelites were going through an oppression, all right, brought forth through the Greeks, who are Edomites, by the way, all right, and it was a very heavy time, for the Israelites back then, all right. They were killing babies, women, children, trying to force them to come away from their customs. All right, they're trying to make us into Greeks, man. There's a period known as Hellenization. Okay, which the Israelites were turning to, Gentiles, man. They were forced to leave their kids uncircumcised, and if they did circumcise their children, the Greeks would kill them. All right, all type of stuff was going on right here. And it's the time that we had to have extreme courage and faith in the Lord, man. And this is an account where a man known as Mattathias was speaking to his sons and giving him a pep talk, man, bringing back to remembrance the great men of old, our forefathers. All right, and he mentions Daniel. Okay, now let me see, where was it at? Bear with me here. All right, here it is, verse 49. Now when the time drew near that Mattathias should die, he said unto his sons, now hath pride and rebuke gotten strength in the time of destruction and the wrath of indignation. Now therefore, my sons, be ye zealous for the law, and give your lives for the covenant of your fathers. Call to remembrance the facts, call to remembrance what acts our fathers did in their time. So shall ye receive great honor and an everlasting name. He was bringing back the great miraculous works of old, man. This is our history. This is our lineage, man, our direct bloodline. All right. So here it is right here. He starts out with Abraham. Was not Abraham found faithful in temptation, and it was imputed unto him for righteousness? Joseph, and I mentioned him too. Joseph, in the time of his distress, kept the commandment and was made Lord of Egypt. See? Phinehas, our father, in being zealous and fervent, obtained the covenant of an everlasting priesthood. Joshua, all right, because that's talking about Joshua. for fulfilling the word was made a judge in Israel. Caleb, for bearing witness before the congregation, received the heritage of the land. He's going through all these examples. David, for being merciful, possessed the throne of an everlasting kingdom. Elias, or Elijah, for being zealous and fervent for the law, was taken up into heaven. He was caught up into a chariot. Ananias, Azarias, and Misael, by believing, were saved out of the flame. All right, the 3 Hebrew boys that were saved out of the fiery flame. All right, and they were contemporaries with Daniel back in that time. And right here's the point. Right here, it mentions Daniel. For it says Daniel for his innocency was delivered from the mouth of lions. And thus consider ye throughout all ages that none that put their trust in him shall be overcome. All right? So we have to remember the forefathers, man, that came before us and their mighty acts of faith and obedience, and how the Lord delivered them out of impossible situations. We're coming into those times, man. We will have to, remember that and act accordingly. Those who truly believe, man. That's what I'm speaking to. I'm speaking to the elect. It's not a light thing, man. We finna go through some crazy shit. We gotta believe in the Lord, man, and wait for his salvation. So I'm gonna end it right there. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Racha, Wadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone who teach and who rule well, who taught us this truth through the power and spirit of Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. It's time to be courageous, man. All right? Trust in the Lord. He got our back. He's in control. All right? Kwame Asharala in the Bible Bar. Shalom.